to another Sunday episode of Full Metal Classic. I am your host, Cameron the Conductor Holzman, and we've got a panel of only 4 people today. Unfortunately, one of our competitors wasn't able to make it, and we had to just move on without them. So it's going to be a little interesting with less people, but it's still going to be fun. So let's introduce our competitors, starting with the cleaner, James Spence. James, how's it going?
Hi, I'm glad to be in a match against Steve Rogers' ginger-adopted stepson, who gets addicted to Daddy's Hammer, Matt Ashley, who's addicted to Wii Fit, and generic white male number 42, who's named after a fucking fruit. I'm glad to be in good company today.
All right, and we have got Captain Joe Marica, a.k.a. Joe, a.k.a. Joe Harrison. Joe, how's it going?
I'm just have to say language to James real quick. Language. Other than that, I'm excited to be here.
All right, and we've got Ethan. I don't remember what your name is.
The Big Easy.
Ethan, the Big Easy Beller. Ethan, how's it going?
It's going good. I mean, it was going better before James started talking. But
All right, give me 1 second, boys. I might be getting a last-minute competitor right now.
Oh, do I need to make up another?
We have a surprise here.
No, don't let James say anything else.
Oh, what's that? Oh my God, it's Jeremy Adams. Who knows who wins today?
Player is coming, okay? But before that player shows up, we've got Ryan the Hunter Permison. Ryan, how's it going?
Doing well. That was my former nickname. My new nickname is actually the quote Permison given to me by the Sandman, Sandy Robinson, but that's okay. We can worry about that later. But thank you for having me. It's great to be here. I look forward to teaching that kid. He calls himself the cleaner, James Spence, a lesson in manners and respect for the game. And we'll see how it goes. But thank you for having me.
If you can call it the cleaner, he has a dirty mouth.
You didn't even give Sandy his actual nickname, Bruce the Shark. Why should we call you by your new nickname?
Man.
All right.
He's just asking for trouble.
We're going to just wait a minute because our last player is just quickly getting set up, and then they're going to hop in. We had a last-minute cancellation, and so I reached out to someone and went, hey, will you play? And they messaged me back, and they said, sure, so they just need to get ready to go. So,
sounds good.
Filibuster, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, boy. Don't you just love
Dead air.
I don't know why I say sports.
I know. You gotta love it.
Enough pastime. Let's play Hangman. So, yeah, I'm not giving you guys any choices. You're just gonna, oh, look at that, and that's you. Isn't that cute? Oh, that's adorable. See, this is what happens when Cameron leaves us hanging.
I am not the one who abandoned you. The other person who we won't say the name of is the one who abandoned us.
After Ben Bateman abandoned all of us, his children, I'm used to it by now. I'm just waiting for a hot new stepdad to come pick us up and celebrate our time together. But unfortunately, no one's done that yet besides this little guy who loves playing with a little choo-choo train.
You know, James, Andrew called. He wants his shades and his suit, Kmart suit back, man.
Oh, thank you from bringing trash talk that's like, what, 3-4 years old at this point? I don't really mind it anymore. I just accept the fact that I'm better than you.
Oh, no, you're not. You're
no, I know that. I got my
you're
little.
You're gonna get knocked out pretty
ready.
quickly by Ethan and I here. So, and maybe even Joe Marica over here. So don't you worry.
I can't get knocked down the first round.
Just wait until you see who our shadow competitor is.
The
shadow
knows.
That's racist, Cameron. You can't say that on air.
It's actually Cameron, and he's just getting Jay to host.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Commissioner or co-commissioner is pulling a little bit of a trick here. We'll see.
It's a switcheroo. There never was a 5th competitor. It was a
There is, I swear. He's on his way.
That person is getting suited up, guys.
Absolutely.
He actually got Andrew Guy to come in for a Full Metal Classic.
It would be interesting. I mean, who would y'all want revenge against? I mean, I would love to get another shot at Brandon Hanna, who fucked his way into the Battlegrounds win. So, who would y'all love some revenge on? Because I know I have a long list of people to go through.
Oh my God.
I mean, I've never lost a singles match in the fan leagues or a teams match in the fan leagues, so
I can think of a few competitors.
Or have
but I
I?
won't say
Check
their
out my
names on
Warzone
air because
debut
they may
this
show up
Monday.
in a minute.
I mean, I
I've
didn't
never
have
won
anyone,
one,
but
so let's
then
go with
James
that.
insulted all of us. So I just want to beat
really.
James today.
I think the number one name on everyone's list today is getting revenge on James here.
Yes,
I'm with you on
I was
that.
gonna say everyone's like the only person who I want revenge against doesn't even compete anymore, so I can't say anything.
What does his name rhyme with?
Benry Banbez.
Oh yeah, bitch. Isn't that his name?
Oh boy.
All right.
Hmm.
So, how long are we gonna wait before I have to set up another game of Hangman?
They're getting set up right now.
Watch, they're already in
It's
US
not like we have anywhere to be.
So-
People competing trivia on a Sunday afternoon.
So Ethan, when is your episode that you guest starred on going to air this season on Hawaii 5-0? Since you like wearing Hawaiian shirts so much.
Hey, don't get Hawaiian shirts, Ryan.
I actually said
I
Hangman
agree
don't
with
want to play because I'm just that bored already.
All right.
Give me a letter.
Let's go with letter C. How about that one?
I think I know where you're going with this, and C is not. Once
not in
your
there.
head is on a platter now.
All right, someone else
Hey,
call out.
are we allowed to do vowels?
Yes.
All right, A. Oh my god.
What's wrong with Michael
Great
Shannon?
job. Hey,
Oscar-nominated
great job in the,
actor
comments
over
in
here.
the chat. I love it.
Of course, not as eloquently spoken as Mr. Tony Heald, who just says, hashtag Spence Fact. He does.
You'd know it, wouldn't you, Tony? All right.
That's more of a thing to do if you're saying
I'll take an R, Mr. the Cleaner.
Is
You
there?
got 2 R's.
Hey, RR. S.
You have
Is there?
Look, I'm playing the Wheel of Fortune letters. T.
B.
T.
He said
T.
as in
As in T.
yeah. 'Cause
You got 2 T's.
I.
you're gonna go with the other Wheel of Fortune letter. You missed one.
It's a few of them, but I can see that the word is definitely up there.
There's a bunch of E's in there. I know that.
Uh oh.
Give me some E's.
Let me see that.
Yep, you got some E's.
Ben Bateman is a traitor.
Oh, someone said it. Thank God. Yeah, you got
What
it.
is it? Let me see it.
The
Oh,
joys of live internet entertainment, folks.
you gotta love it on a Sunday, folks. Isn't this better than watching Sunday football?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, yes, but I also don't
Yes,
like
because as we all know in the fan leagues, I don't sports. So
So everyone, repeat it after me. Ben Bateman is a traitor. Yeah.
No.
isn't that like a year old now?
Again, our hot dad left us. Now we need to find a new hot stepdad. It's like Daddy's Home 3.
You gotta step
For
back.
everyone to wear sunglasses.
By the way,
We
Fair
need to
question.
get that other competitor in here so we can just get James to stop being weird.
Yeah, seriously, James.
Yeah.
James, did you watch
They're-
the latest
they're
episode of
trying, I
Mailbag
swear.
with your team of Andrew and Ben on the episodes this weekend with Mark Riley?
I actually haven't seen it yet because I don't give a shit about Quieter Mailbag.
Ooh.
All right, let's not
That hurts,
badmouth
man.
other shows, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, here we go.
All right.
That
Ladies
hurts.
and gentlemen, our fifth competitor today,
Ooh. After 10 whole minutes.
Mr. Antonio
Oh.
Chavez.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Congratulations,
Antonio,
Antonio,
welcome.
on your
Thanks for-
engagement.
Oh, yeah,
brother.
congrats.
Mr. Ball and Chain, everyone, how are you doing?
Oh, man.
Antonio,
It's all right. Sorry about that. Freaking connection.
Can't hear him.
Oh, so.
no worries. At least we got someone here. Okay, I'm going to quickly run through the rules, and then we're going to get into this. So, round number 1 is going to work like this. You're going to get 8 questions. You're going to write your answer down on your whiteboard. If you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, you don't get a point. You have 3 repeats to use throughout the match if you want to burn time or you need to rehear a question. If you didn't hear a question because of connection issues on my part or your part, please ask for a technical repeat, and I will not charge you for it. At the end of the first round, whoever has the lowest score will get eliminated. If there is a tie, we will do a tiebreaker, and we'll get through those rules when it's time. Please keep both hands on screen at all times. And other than that, I think that will be everything. You guys ready to do this?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
All
Do it.
right, then let us get going into our first question, which comes in the category of animated movies. What Studio Ghibli film is about a young boy and his little sister attempting to survive in Japan during the Second World War? I
Starting out.
really, really like this movie. I like a lot of Studio Ghibli things. Just kidding.
One of the most overrated Studio Ghibli movies.
We're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna start with the man who had some choice words about this film, Mr. James.
Yes, fuck it. Grave of the Fireflies.
Is correct. Joe.
Grave of the Fireflies.
Antonio.
Oh,
Tony?
Spirit Away. Spirit Away.
Ethan.
Grave of the Fireflies.
And Ryan.
No, I have Ponyo. I don't know what that is.
All right. Your next question is in the category of horror films. Who directed The Lost Boys? This is a fun movie. Very weird, but I like it. Just pure cheese, and it's all you could ask for from a vampire movie.
I love this movie.
4,
I think
3,
I prefer blood over cheese.
1, and we're gonna start with Joe.
Joe Schumacher.
That is correct. Antonio.
Oh wait, I think you said Joe. Did you have Joe or Joel?
Sorry, Joe, did you say Joe?
Joe. Yep,
You
incorrect.
wrote-
Yep, it's Joe. I said Joe. It's incorrect
said
on my
Joe?
part.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't take that. Antonio.
Joel Schumacher.
There we go. Ethan.
Joel Schumacher.
Ryan.
Also directed Batman Forever, Joel Schumacher.
He also directed Batman and Robin.
It is, yes, Joel Schumacher.
Joel Schumacher directed the best Batman movie, Batman and Robin. Happy Batman Day.
How am I the heel here?
Oh,
Happy
big
belated
yikes.
Batman Day, everybody.
Woo!
All right, your next question comes in the category of the Oscars. At the Oscars for films released in the year 2000, which director was nominated for Best Director twice for 2 separate films? I have not seen either of these films, but I've seen other directors by this individual, other films by this individual, and I really like some of them.
Do you want to give us the films?
4, no thank you. 3, 2, 1, boards up. And we are going to start with Antonio.
Robert Zemeckis.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Ethan?
No idea. Spielberg.
Incorrect, but you've got the right first name. Ryan?
I also said Spielberg.
James?
I think that's also the right initials. Isn't it Steven Soderbergh?
It is Steven Soderbergh. And Joe?
It was the other.
I started Soderbergh. Should have asked for that repeat.
I'm sorry, my friend. The films were Traffic and Aaron Brockovich.
Okay.
I keep forgetting he did that.
All right, your next question comes in the category of comedies. Haha. This is what Tony answered in the chat. Beautiful. And our next category is comedy. What 2010s comedy focuses on the day-to-day lives of roommates Viago, Vladislav, and Deacon? Love this movie. This is probably in my top 25 favorite movies. I adore this film. I adore the director who made this film. And we are going to go in 5.
Can I get a repeat? Repeat.
That is Antonio's first repeat. What 2010s comedy focuses on the day-to-day lives of roommates Viago, Vladislav, and Deacon? Absolutely adore this video. This movie. Sorry, not this video. Although this video is fun and our vamping for a long time was gotta love live entertainment, folks. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are going to start with Ethan.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Is correct. Ryan.
I said Project X.
James.
Also a great TV show, What We Do in the Shadows.
Is a great TV show. Joe.
Ooh, I'm vacuuming on the ceiling. What We Do in the Shadows.
And Antonio.
I said World's End.
I love that movie more than you could possibly understand. It's What We Do in the Shadows. All right, your next question comes in the category that I have always put in the first round, movie quotes.
Fuck.
Quote man himself here. Let's see what happens. And brace yourselves, gentlemen. It's a long one.
Wait,
Kinky.
In what horror or thriller film, I put horror/thriller, but I don't really know which way to describe it. So in what horror thriller film will you hear the quote, Paul, do you know about the early days at the Kimberley diamond mines? Do you know what they did to the native workers who stole diamonds? Don't worry, they didn't kill them. That would be like junking your Mercedes just because it had a broken spring. No, if they caught them, they had to make sure they could go on working, but they also had to make sure they could never run away.
Jeez.
I was
What
given
the fuck?
who wants to do the first repeat? Not me. I'm kidding.
I don't think I want to use one of my.
We're gonna go 5,
Nope.
4,
It's pretty
3.
a long recording. So here you go. Repeat the question.
Oh my God.
James is first
We're gonna be
repeat.
here
All
all
right.
night, fellas.
In what horror thriller film will you hear the quote, Paul, do you know about the early days at the Kimberley diamond mines? Do you know what they did to the native workers who stole diamonds? Don't worry, they didn't kill them. That would be like junking your Mercedes just because it had a broken spring. No, if they caught them, they had to make sure they could go on working, but they also had to make sure they could never run away.
Hey, wait, we get one more repeat in there, right?
Quite good, but I have not
Put
seen
out
it.
there.
Did someone ask for another repeat? I swear.
No.
Oh no, I'm just saying, just go ahead and do it. It'd be interesting.
Jeez.
I'll pass. Thank you very much. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are going to start with Ryan.
I have no idea. The Descent.
And the quote man misses. James.
Poltergeist.
Incorrect. Joe.
The Cave?
Antonio.
For me, Misery.
Misery is the correct
Oh!
answer.
Wow.
Oh.
Great pull,
Misery.
man. Oh,
What
jeez.
the hell?
Ethan. Fun fact for you.
Yeah, you didn't look again.
It's the best scene in the movie. Come on.
I've
The
never even
line
seen
that
that movie.
immediately follows everything I just read for you is the operation was called hobbling.
Hobbling.
Never
right.
seen that movie. I haven't seen that movie yet, so I no
It's
way I
a
could have pulled that.
terrifying scene. I don't
Oh my
like
god,
it.
it's horrible.
Great pull, you.
Good movie. Good movie though.
All right,
Right,
your
yeah.
next
It's on my list.
question comes in the category of scores and soundtracks. What song from 1964's Mary Poppins won the Academy Award for Best Original Song? I like this movie quite a bit. Mary Poppins Returns is also a thing that happened, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It was fine. And we're going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to start with James.
Too long for this whiteboard. Is it supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
You wasted your time, my friend. It is not. Joe.
Step in Time?
Should have been probably, but no. Antonio.
No guess.
Ethan.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That is incorrect. Hill and Ryan.
Salt and pepper? I don't know.
This is not the 90s.
I think you were confusing it with like a spoonful of sugar.
Yeah.
The answer is Chim Chim Cheree.
Wow.
Okay. Never heard
Yeah,
of
of
that.
all the songs in that movie, that's the one that
So
won.
much better songs.
I haven't even
True.
seen that one.
Right.
All right, your next question is in the category of new releases. And your question is, what 2019 animated film features the voice talents of Kelly Clarkson, Nick Jonas, Janelle Monáe, and Mr. Worldwide himself, Pitbull?
I hate you for asking this question.
Mr.
I actually hate
Worldwide,
you.
Mr. Worldwide, covered Africa for
What the fuck was that,
soundtrack.
Cameron?
Pardon me?
What was that dance you did?
The Mr. Worldwide dance.
That was called being white.
To Joe
Ugly Dolls.
is the correct answer.
God.
Ugh.
Ugh.
I said Trolls 2.
Ethan,
Sorry, I finished writing. I didn't hear you counting at all though, but I did have ugly dolls.
Right.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Ryan
No, I said Trolls too.
and James.
It's what Ethan has in his basement. Ugly dolls.
That
Oh
is
my God.
I live in an apartment, man. I wish I had a basement.
that, James. All right, and your final question in round 1 comes from the category of actors and actresses. Which actor has voiced a Marvel hero, a DC hero, a caveman, and a CGI mole? I'm a big fan of this person. I'm a big fan of two of these. No, I'm a big fan of one of these movies. I haven't seen 2 of them, and one of them is just terrible, but I watched it as a child because
Wait.
that's what you do.
Any
Don't
of it's good?
5. One of these is a great movie.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not.
And time boards up, and we're gonna go to Joe.
Didn't have it. Couldn't pull anything.
And Antonio.
I just guessed Adam Baldwin.
Ethan
My favorite person ever, Nick Cage.
is Nick Cage. Ryan
No, I said Bradley Cooper.
and James.
Nicolas Cage.
Okay, so the movies were he voiced a DC hero in Teen Titans Go to the Movies, which I haven't seen.
Boo.
He voiced a caveman in The Croods, which I haven't seen. He voiced a CGI mole in G-Force, which I saw as a child.
Oh
And
my
he
gosh.
voices a Marvel hero in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is a
Spider-Man
brilliant
Noir,
movie,
yeah.
James.
Oh no! Oh! I forgot about. Okay, no, I was thinking Ghost Rider.
He plays that man. He's not just
voice.
voice.
He plays him. He doesn't voice him.
Voices him in when he's transformed, but whatever.
Yeah.
But all right, that is the end of our first round, and here are the scores. Tied for first place, we have James and Ethan both at 6 points, followed by Joe at 3 points, followed by Antonio at 2, and unfortunately, we only got 1 point. Ryan, it's a pleasure having you, but I'm going to have to take you off. Take care, brother.
Wow.
I will avenge you, Ryan.
He just left. Oh my God.
Holy
I
shit!
leave. I took him off.
Yeah, he took him. He put him backstage.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to pull up the handy dandy wheel and we're going to get some numbers. So because there is a tie for first place, there are going to be the numbers 1 through 7 on the wheel. Ethan, give me one number between 1 and 7.
3.
Okay. James, give me 2 numbers between 1 and 7.
2 and 4.
Ethan, give me another number between 1 and 7.
7.
And now Joe,
3.
3 has already been taken. You can take 1, 5, or 6.
Oh, I thought Ethan already took 1, not 3.
You
I
took
took
3.
3.
Oh, well then I'll take 1.
And Antonio, do you want 5 or 6?
5.
5. All right, which means our magic number is 6 today. If we spin 6, we are going to be playing the secret category. We are going to spin the wheel, which it might be difficult to see.
Hold it closer.
And our number is 5, which means
Ah.
is going to get to pick our category for today. So, Antonio, here are your options for round 2 categories. You can pick films featuring drag queens, Sylvester Stallone movies, video game movies, movies with the word wind in the title. Or if you don't like any of those, you can take our secret category. Reminder, if you take the secret category, each question is worth 2 points instead of 1.
Was there a category before Sylvester Stallone? I don't know if it cut out.
Sorry, yeah, I'll give you one more read through. So, films featuring drag queens, Canadian films, video game movies, Sylvester Stallone, movies with the word wind in the title, or you can take the secret category.
Secret. Do it.
Fuck it, let's go secret.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
And we are once again going to the secret category this week. And the secret category for today is going to be a little film studio known as Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Your first question in Studio Ghibli. In what Ghibli film will you find a red elk named Yakul? I really like this movie, but I also like a lot of Ghibli movies. I also held up 5, and there was still like 20 seconds on the clock. I don't know why I did that. Ghibli is great, and for the people over at Fandom wondering, it is pronounced Ghibli. Pronounce it that way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we will start with James.
Nazca in the Valley of the Wind.
That is incorrect. Joe
Princess Mononoke.
is the correct answer. Antonio
Princess Mononoke.
and Ethan.
Princess Mononoke.
Or as Jay Burns is here to show off, Mononoke Hime, Princess Mononoke.
Ooh, yay. Fuck your Hatsune Miku body pillow. Go ahead, Jay. Go off.
To our next question. Who voices the Cat King in the English dub of The Cat Returns? I adore this. Maybe my favorite Ghibli film. It's just the most charming thing I've seen.
This is the worst one I've seen from them. Jesus.
Have you seen?
Yes, I've seen like half their catalog. Not that impressive.
Have you seen when Marty was there?
I've seen half of their catalog.
All right, we're gonna go with Joe.
Danny DeVito should have done it.
No, Danny DeVito should have voiced Pikachu. Antonio,
Steve Martin.
Ethan,
I know it's the other one, but I put Christian Bale.
and James.
Gary Oldman.
The answer is the magnificent and marvelous Tim Curry.
Oh,
Shit.
All right. In what Ghibli film will you find a character who frequently shouts the word ham? I hate this movie. I hate it so much. And I hate it mostly because there's a main character who frequently shouts ham.
It's the third best sandwich meat. Come on.
We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Board's up. And we're going to start with Antonio.
I guess again, Spirited Away.
That is incorrect. Ethan.
Another guess. Kiki's Delivery Service.
James.
Ponyo.
It is Ponyo. And Joe
Ponyo.
is correct. Ponyo, notable for featuring the less famous younger siblings of Disney Channel stars, including Noah Cyrus and Frankie Jonas. It's not a joke.
Isn't Noah Cyrus dating that weird rat face dude?
Probably. I don't know. I don't keep up with modern celebrity culture. And your final question in this category. Name one of the 2 Studio Ghibli films and creatures known as Spatari.
Can I get a technical repeat on that? You cut out for a bit.
Absolutely. Name one of the 2 Studio Ghibli films in which you will find creatures known as Susu Watari. I like both of these films. One of these is one of my favorite movies.
I wonder who wrote the questions.
4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to start with Ethan.
My Neighbor Totoro.
The incredibly delightful My Neighbor Totoro is one of the correct answers. James.
Let's try it again. Nazca in the Valley of the Wind.
Nope. Joe.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Unfortunately, that is not correct. Antonio.
I also guess Nausicaa.
Antonio, if you had just kept guessing Spirited Away, you would have gotten the point.
Yeah,
It
I
is,
almost went with that again. Fuck.
it is
Alright.
Spirited Away and My Neighbor Totoro. The Susuwatari are the little soot sprites. Are those
Yeah,
little-
guys, obviously.
Yeah.
Wait, did you know that one, Ethan?
No, that was a guess.
Yeah, that's
So, at the end of that round, we have Ethan in the lead with 10 points, followed by James with 8, followed by Joe with 7, and unfortunately, we will be saying goodbye to Antonio with only 4 points. Antonio, thanks for stepping in at the last minute. I'm going to have to
No worries.
take care, brother. And we are down to our final 3. The final round works like this. I'm going to ask 5 questions. You're going to write them down on your whiteboard or your paper, whatever is your prerogative. If you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong or you do not answer, you lose a point. We go until either one person wins at the end of the 5 questions or every other player is mathematically eliminated. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
And just as a reminder, Ethan and Joe, you both still have all 4 of your repeats left, or all 3 of your repeats left. James, you have 2. And we start the 3rd round. In what film will you find a group of friends who accidentally travel to the past after they spill an energy drink called Chernobyl?
What the fuck?
I have seen this film once. I don't really know if I want to see it again, but you never know what studying for movie trivia will bring you to do, so we'll find out eventually. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to start with James.
Earlier guess, Project X.
Is incorrect. I don't even know if that's a time travel movie.
Neither do I.
I think it's pronounced Chernobyl, and it's Hot Tub Time Machine.
Hot Tub Time Machine is the correct answer. Joe.
I said James's Saturday Night.
Ooh. It was a Hot Tub Time Machine. They spill it on their hot tub, and then it travels through time because science, I guess.
Yep.
Nitrotriminium and whatnot. What film had the tagline, "Does for rock and roll what the Sound of Music did for hills"?
My favorite tagline ever.
I read this and just started laughing. Which,
Repeat the
under
question.
any regular circumstance, would have been fine, but I was in the middle of class. All right, James, did you ask for a repeat?
Yes.
James, you got 1 left. What movie had the tagline, "Does for rock and roll what the Sound of Music did for hills"?
My screen minimized, so that's all I'm doing right now is bringing you guys back up.
All right, yeah.
Good. Back.
Cool. Sweet. I see your pen and you're not writing anything now, so we're good. And it is going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to start with Ethan, who seems pretty confident about this.
This is Spinal Tap. Love this movie.
This is Spinal Tap. Joe.
This is Spinal Tap.
It is. And James.
Blanked.
Let me do my math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, you are all still in. If Ethan gets this question correct, the game is over. Regardless of what anyone else does, all 3 of you get it wrong, the game is also over. So, no pressure, but also way too much pressure. Your next question. What 70s film is about a 19-year-old man who attempts to escape his boring day-to-day life by becoming a star at a club called 2001 Odyssey?
Since I might be out, let's get that question again.
All right, that's James's final repeat. In what 70s film is about a 19-year-old man who attempts to escape his boring day-to-day life by becoming a star at a club called 2001 Odyssey?
I'm gonna hate myself when I missed this.
Surprise, surprise. 70s movies. Haha. Woo. And it's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to start with Joe.
Just a guess, Purple Rain.
James.
Let's go in style. Xanadu.
Ethan.
Cabaret.
And your winner, Ethan, the Big Easy Beller. You were all incorrect. The answer was Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, man. Of course it
All
was.
right. So we are going to do some quick post-match interviews. Ethan, you won. How does it feel?
It feels good. I haven't played in a while. I think it's been like 2 months since I played in a Classic or something like that. So I was excited to get back in, and it was a fun match. Obviously, I'm glad that I could beat James after that trash talk he dished out to everyone in the game in the beginning. So that felt nice, and it's good to be back and to get another win.
Yeah, absolutely. And you won with the score of 11 points, which is a very, very solid score. We'll go over to our runner-up, Joe. Joe, how does it feel?
It feels great because I also apparently with score-wise beat James, and that's all we wanted to do today. All we were ever trying to do was beat James. So that's good. I mean, I am sad I had to take my client out in round 2. Antonio's my boy, but at least one of us got to beat James, and that's all that really matters.
Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, we will head over to James. James, you made it to the final round. How does it feel?
I'm glad I got your attention, y'all. I'm just kicking myself over the fact that Princess Mononoke. I was gonna study tonight, and it was either that or Nazca for the one question. I got the wrong one, so I was that close to actually being in consideration. But I'll win eventually, hopefully. Please, God, let me win.
All right. Well, with that, we are going to head out. So I have been Cameron, the conductor Holzman, and on behalf of James, Ethan, Joe, Antonio, and Ryan, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Oh, we can do Hangman.